dancing with our babies.
This is like baby number 2.
Dancing with our
second child.
That's right. I'm like, woo, baby, woo. Look how cute.
Can't believe it. Look at this.
They're so cute together, aren't they?
Aren't they? They love each other.
They do. They really go together.
Yeah, they do. This
like
is very
Lama Lama. Ding 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 dong.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like looking. I'm like, oh my God, look at this corresponding shot. Holy shit. June's here.
Here. And she's in here too.
Yes, June is in here. Thank you, June, for all your help. And all your things.
I'm holding up. Everybody loves.
June's candles are honestly the best. We sell them at Pentagram. We can't keep them in stock. Mm-hmm. She's rock star.
I have I don't know how many I have. And I will tell you something. I had some lit the other night and I went out for a bit. And when I came back, Kevin said, I had to put those candles out. They raised the temperature in the room 6 degrees. He goes, I'm sitting here going, the AC's on. Why is it so hot? And I'm like, I had some June candle. They throw some heat.
Yeah.
They did not come here to play. I'm telling you, those candles, I have her big devotional pillar candles and the intention ones. I have several different intentions. And I also have my Sekhmet over here on this altar. I have the beautiful healing candle that she did. That's like halfway gone at this point. I light it all the time. What I love about those candles is you can work with them over a period of time.
Absolutely.
Relight and extinguish and relight and extinguish. And it really does help build a steady practice. It's a great foundation for a steady practice to have a nice,
Every Monday I light my Diana candle. I mean, she is fantastic. Her devotional candles can help you connect to certain deities. She has ones for the Sabbaths. She has others. People should check her out. Yeah. She's got amazing ones and they're crystals. Sometimes she dabbles little crystals in there. And what I do is I like to take the wax from that crystal. I put it in a satin pouch. I carry it with me and it connects me and keeps me in communication with the flame and the work I had done.
Yep. And for our DIY peeps that like to do things themselves, she reveals her process here in this book.
Learn June's secrets.
The DIY peeps, she's got the tips and the tricks in here. So along with the votives from Shannon from Dark Candles, and also the hag candles, the Mullen hag candles from Jim Sayers.
Yes, Jim's candles. Those are
So there's a lot of DIY in here for the DIY folks. But yeah, so the book is out. It's about candle magic, and it's also about divination with candles. So 2 different methods, as a matter of fact, of candle divination. So, Leanne and I were all about the divination.
Yes.
The practice of divination. Sadie,
I'm sorry. She's here. I try to put her in another room. She wouldn't have it. Hi.
Speaking up on the truth right there.
She's like, hi, this is my dog. So, hey, how was everyone's summer?
It went by too fast, I gotta say. Not ready, just not ready for October.
No, I am not. And here it is. It's coming upon us again.
Here it is, It's like, woo.
Yeah. Sorry, we couldn't be on. I was on a vacation. I went to the beach with Tim for like a week in the middle of a hurricane. It was insane. It was wonderful. It was good.
I was in New Orleans for 2 weeks and we got out of there right before a hurricane.
Yeah. You lucked out.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
So,
Well, if you're listening from New Orleans, we really hope that you're safe and you've experienced little damage and everything.
yeah.
We both hope you get back on your feet real fast in New Orleans. And New York took a hit. Our friend JP, he got a little flood in his basement, and he was showing me some videos of how New York's highways flooded and how dangerous it was.
Oh, and did you see the footage of like the subways? It
was terrifying.
This was a really kind of scary hurricane season. And I don't think we're out of it yet. But it was, so far it's been, I don't know who upset water, but whoever did it, please fix it.
Don't make water angry. Oh, it's not good.
And water and air together
is a hurricane. Together, Sandra and I are we're actually a hurricane.
Make a hurricane. So
yeah,
that's
a thing.
It's a thing.
One more time, yay! Into our friends that are fire, yay! Thank you.
Yes. So to balance out all that water, we're bringing the fire. We're bringing
bringing the fire.
Balance out all that water. But yeah. But thank you. I'm seeing friends popping on.
Yes. I would share this. So if you're listening, share this so people can watch. I don't wonder. You wouldn't believe how many people we're reaching out when we do this show. I had a customer come in the store. She's a lovely woman with her nieces and her family, and she said she listens to us every time, and she has been following us, and I completely forgot your name, nice person, woman. You are a doll face, your family was too, and this is a shout out to you.
Aw, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I really do. Yeah, I've really had a lot of people reach out, not only from the books, but also the classes that we've taught. And I've had a lot of people reach out about that. And it's just like, I thought about it a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, about the path that my work has taken me in my life. Because I have 6 planets in the house of work. I know I've said that before. I'm sure Tim Soaring Wolf is in the background like, yeah, there she goes again. But, seriously, I am here to get some shit done. Work is very important to me. Always has been. I work, to quote Rihanna. So it is, it's just such a part of me. And the path that my work has taken, it's amazing to me because I originally thought I was going to walk in my mother's footsteps and become a teacher. And my career didn't really take me in that direction. I ran into some roadblocks in that direction. And so, I found myself working more with the written word, writing and editing and proofreading and doing marketing writing and stuff like that. And so my path kind of veered from the teaching path, but yet in the craft, I still continued to teach. And so I feel like I did go into teaching, but I did it by writing. So my two, paths have now come together as one. And that's where my focus is, and that's where I just feel like at this point in my life, everything is coming together and it all makes sense now. Every detour or, anything, it's just all coming together. So
everything happens for a reason.
It's true. And the way that everything, it's just the way that everything's gone. And I love teaching. I love doing the classes. I love getting out there and doing, and, Leanne and I both, we're really hoping in 2022 to get out there and get to some of these festivals and get out there to some of these events. I can tell you Free Spirit Gathering is a lock for us. If you're going to Free Spirit Gathering, we will be there. We're going to throw our hat in the ring for, I hope, we're going to throw our hat in the ring for Mystic South down in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you know of some events out there that are happening, send them to us in a message. Let us know, because we're going to get out there and we're going to meet more people. It feels like, we've been unable to really get out there and travel the way that we wanted to be able to, reach people that have picked up our books and to be able to meet more people. And so we want to get out there. So let us know if you know of an event in your area.
Absolutely. And we have a pretty awesome event happening this Saturday on September 11th. Sandra and I are going to be introducing our book to the world. And we're going to have people are going to have the opportunity to buy some candles. We're going to talk about our books. We're going to talk about our spells. I believe June's going to be there, her fabulous self, and there'll be light snacks and stuff. Shannon's coming too. Shannon.
Too. She's going to be there.
This is wonderful.
Lisa, our illustrator will be there too. So we're going to sign books. If you're part of the VIP part of the event, the tickets are on sale on Eventbrite, and you get a copy of the book. You get a swag bag with candle swag from the 3 candle makers that are all featured in the book. They've all contributed to the swag bag. So you get that. You get the book. You get num-nums, because there's like amazing food from the Hawthorne. So we're gonna do it up. And you're gonna work candle magic with me and Leanne. Now that's the first 2 hours. So that first 2 hours, VIP. So we're gonna have a special thing just for VIPs. And it's gonna be awesome. And then from 3 to 5 o'clock, so from 1 to 3, it's gonna be VIP. 3 to 5, open to the public. So literally anyone can come in. Pentagram's going to have a table. Gallows Hill Witchery is going to have a table. Wicked Wax by June Jennings is going to have a table. Dark Candles from Shannon Doust is going to have a table. So there's going to be all kinds of candle swag and other stuff too. You know me, crystals and jewelry and stuff. And the books will be there in case you didn't get enough of them. Both of our books will be there, and we'll be signing our books. And of course, Lisa can also sign, and you can
get all our signatures, get all of them, get everyone
sign her page. You can have
everyone
sign her page. You can get everybody in the book. So it's going to be a super, super fun launch event. So I absolutely cannot wait. Yeah,
I know, we're just 2 busy bees doing all the things.
Oh my God. And here comes October before you know it.
I'm excited.
Before you know it.
It's just year 2 for I'm coming upon an anniversary for Pentagram. So excited. And, we're all just working hard and getting ready for the crowds, the people, fighting for willpower, because they're bringing back those wonderful food stands across from our store with the corn chowder and all those.
So just to let everybody know, if you are headed to Salem in the month of October, we do have a mask mandate that's going to be in place until after October, probably maybe mid-November. They'll drop that, maybe. But it's definitely been stated that it'll be in place. Indoors, you'll need to have a mask on. They so far are not going to require it when you're outside. But no matter what, indoors, we are going to have a mask mandate. But other than that, so far, they're not talking about restrictions of numbers of people or anything like that. So,
get vaccinated.
Yeah. Come on, everybody. Let's cut this thing off. Like it's already morphed too many times. Like, please, let's give this thing.
I don't want to see the whole alphabet.
Let's give it no place to go so that it cannot continue.
ABCD, EFG variant. Let's just go save Halloween.
That's right. So I am looking forward to a more normal, existence for October. But I think it is going to be super busy here. So, if you're planning on coming into town, book things ahead, make appointments ahead, book readings ahead, book your, figure out where you're going to park, leave yourself way more than enough time than you think you need to come into town, because it's very hard to find a place to park. There are shuttles. There's all kinds of information on, it should be Salem. I think it's salem.org.
Yes, it's salem.org. Yeah, they have all the information, everything need to know. And so book your appointments early.
That place is a wealth of information, or just Google Destination Salem and you'll see that it's a wealth of information that you're going to need when you're planning a trip. So all kinds of things about where to park, where to eat, where to go to the bathroom, all of that. That's all going to be in there. So definitely go there.
And it doesn't matter who you're booking your appointment with. Book your appointments early.
Right. Book it ahead.
Book ahead. Start booking your psychic readings now. There are plenty of dates where I'm completely unavailable. I'm sure I'm sure Deb is all booked up, and there are plenty of psychic.
But she's getting
there. Yeah, you got to get in there. Get in there.
You got to get in there. Right. Without any further ado, I want to bring Tim Soaringwolf on, because I'm looking at the time and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, how's everybody? Hear me okay?
Good. Fabulous. We'll be all right.
I feel like I always have to check the sound, so glad you can hear me. Good to see you all. We didn't get together last month, but man, was it an intense month for sure. I mean, the new moon of last month fell on 8/8, the Lionsgate portal, and then the full moon was a second full moon in Aquarius, a blue moon. So I feel like just last month was super intense energy all around. I mean, we saw even with the hurricanes and all of that craziness as well. So we're past that. I feel like September is going to be a much smoother month. We got the new moon in Virgo. Virgo is about health and sorting out the details and all of that stuff, as well as ruled by Mercury. So great time to be talking about those mercurial things, like starting a book. So good job on that as well, ladies. But yeah, so I believe all these mask mandates that you mentioned are definitely going to be a focus. Our health is a big focus this month. So if you are getting checkups, not just physical health, but even mental, emotional health, so we have to remember to let go of certain things. And this is a great time to do that. Let go of the old, start anew. I feel like this new moon we just passed on the 6th was a huge, a new beginning. If we look at the charts of the day, even it's shows a fresh new energy coming in this month. But yeah, last month was very, very intense. We passed the 2 moons in Aquarius. This month we have Venus going into Scorpio on the 10th, Mars going into Libra on the 14th. And so we should see some increase in regards to focus on our intimate relationships and just relationships in general. Mars is going to be increasing the social interactions, Mars and Libra. So getting out there and connecting with people and networking is going to be all favored and all of that stuff. And then the full moon in Pisces. Let's see. Lou, you have a picture for the full moon there. Perfect. This is the chart of the full moon in Pisces. And one of the biggest things that stands out is that the moon is going to be conjunct Neptune. And ironically, talking about the waters that you were talking, Poseidon, the god of the water there. And so this is going to be, in my opinion, a very nice, dreamy full moon. The moon will be conjunct Neptune. So it's going to be very blissful, very kind of just really feel good type of full moon. But having, the full moon in Pisces, and then, of course, we're in Virgo season, these are mutable signs, which are going to ask us to be flexible to things and to try not to be too rigid in a lot of things. We still have Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, the fixed sign. And, I feel like these mass mandates may probably continue to the end of the year. If we look at what already happened this year, as soon as Jupiter went into Pisces in May, that's when all the regulations were laxed. Mask mandates kind of went away. People started traveling. It was literally one of the best transits for the year. And Jupiter will go back into Pisces December 28th. And so if we're looking at historically what's already happened this year, when we saw the mass mates go back July 29th, as soon as Jupiter went back into Aquarius, all the regulations came back. So maybe from now until December, these regulations might continue. And then December 28th, when Jupiter goes into Pisces, we'll probably see another blissful energy come in where regulations are lax. Pisces is all encompassing, and Pisces is all accepting, the last sign of the zodiac, encompassing all 12 signs. So that is kind of my prediction, based on what we've already seen this year. But definitely this upcoming full moon on the 20th should be a very harmonious, kind of blissful. But we do have Mercury retrograde coming up towards the end of the month as we go into Libra season. These last 10 days or so before the autumn equinox, I feel like there's a certain energy of like a push, like to kind of finish things up. We're starting this brand new season. The fall equinox is the season of Libra, when the light is equal during the light and the day. So it's a time of balance coming up on this Libra season. But with Mercury coming up in retrograde, definitely we already in the shadow period, a few weeks before the actual day of Mercury retrograde. So I like to tell people before Mercury hits to start making a list of things that you want to finish up, you want to review, you want to kind of, just unfinished projects around the house or whatever you want to focus on, but just have that list ready. So when you get to the point of a little cloud of confusion during Mercury retrograde, you're not really sure where to focus on. You just, boom, go back to that list you've already created. And that's how you take advantage or capitalize, I would say, more on this Mercury energy to accomplish some stuff. And actually, maybe you can accomplish some great things as long as you're not trying to, start new projects or, move forward. You got to kind of harness that energy in a positive way. And then next month, when Mercury goes direct, we're going to have Jupiter and Saturn both also going direct. So like right now, I feel like, Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius, there's a lot of research being done, like research, all of these scientific research, even with all the vaccines, everything happening. But next month, when both these planets go direct, and it's right around the time Mercury is going to go direct, I do feel that this is when everything's going to start moving forward. All this research that they've been accumulating is going to finally put into the world in, a practical manner. But that is the forecast for this upcoming month. Again, still in Virgo season, continue to focus on health and body, mind, and soul all connected. I forgot to mention for that chart of the full moon, Mercury is trine Jupiter. If you see that there's that blue line between Jupiter and Mercury, which also points to favorable business transactions this month. Mercury is all about trade and commerce. Jupiter is about growth and expansion and luck. And so business transactions and getting all your business affairs are great this month. And again, keep in mind, Mercury goes retrograde on the 26th. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 26th. And so, yes.
I am noticing that star in that chart. You see that star kind of like almost like kind of looks like the person like with their arms out like in the victory, it was like,
oh yes, absolutely.
Like, yeah. I'm noticing just the visual of that. I'm like,
maybe this is the month for you to shine like a star since you saw it.
There you go. And honestly, I've been signing some books, and I've been saying to people like shine on and stuff like that.
Nice.
And so it's kind of funny to see that star, because I'm encouraging people to shine their light.
And, I forgot to mention last month, with all that intense energy, the 3 signs that were the most affected: Leo, Aquarius, and Libra. So as a Libra, how was last month?
Last month was really intense. I gave my notice from the general manager position at Warlocks Incorporated. So I'm stepping out of that role. I am going to be concentrating more full time on my writing and on Gallows Hill Witchery. So I am
major changes.
Major changes.
Yeah.
I'm currently training my successor. So I'm passing the torch. So here we are with another light reference, but I'm passing the torch to the next person, and I'm excited.
It's funny. I just sorry to have this calendar. I like to refer to this calendar because of the dates and times to remind me. But this is next month for Libra, and look at what's there. Hold on, look at that. There's a star.
Beautiful.
As you're just talking about Libra, there's a star right there. Oh, there.
But
I just had to show you that.
I'm gonna stay and support through the month of October. So I'm not exiting too quickly. I'm staying and supporting, and teaching. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to pass on that knowledge. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's exciting times for me. We're completely renovating we're going to renovate our attic so that we're going to have a huge temple, much bigger than the one we have here. We're going to have a huge temple that's going to cover almost the entire square footage of the top of the house. And then my office is going to drop down here on the first floor because I'm going to need a full office, like a complete office here on the first floor. So we got big major changes happening within the home and within, the space of my work and how I do my work and where I do my work. And it's like, there's just a lot, there is a lot going on, changing. And Leanne and I will be putting in another book proposal for our idea for the 4th book. Our 3rd book is already on pre-order.
Yeah.
And that is called Awakening the Crystals. And that is already on pre-order. That book comes out in March. So we haven't been talking about that very much because, of course, we want to give our second child the space to be. But
that's awesome.
But
I don't want to have middle child syndrome. You don't
right?
Want, no
middle child
syndrome.
No,
he has middle child.
Like so many people were asking if we were going to write about crystals. Because of Gallows Hill Witchery, obviously, it's a big part of it. And it's been a part of what we do here on the Psychic Tea and what we did during tea time when we were doing tea time during the shutdown. It was a huge part of what we did. So obviously everybody was like, yeah, of course they're going to write a book about crystals, so that's exciting too. So
yay.
Lots of stuff going on.
Awesome. Well, that is exciting. And of course, again, looking forward to a much more positive month this month. Whatever happened last month that we need to let go of, let's do it now, get rid of it, because we are headed towards a really nice full moon on the 20th in Pisces. And again, just get those Mercury retrograde lists ready for the end of the month. So you have a nice Mercury retrograde going into October. And again, reviewing, replanning, reading all the rewords. So reading our new book. So thank you guys so much for having me on the show. And see you next month.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Leanne.
Okay, here we go.
We need to talk tarot.
We need to talk tarot. And today's card is going to be the Hermit card, which is what I need to do and what we all need to do before we rush in to a busy season. It is an opportunity for you to step back, okay? And to refocus and reclaim yourself. The Hermit himself, or itself, is an illumination of knowledge. You have a choice. You can follow this calm, intelligent, powerful being up the hill to gain knowledge and to discover more answers about yourself and your soul. I love this card because this is when I meditate on it, I really take a moment to see the truth and the knowledge, not just within others, but myself. It starts off your self-discovery. It is your inner wisdom, and it is your sacred pilgrimage. Sometimes you never even have to go anywhere. Sometimes that can be right in your own home. The Hermit welcomes you to retreat into your private learn, to grow, to experience yourself. And whether it's a small, intimate group, or it's just one other person, or if it's just some of your, what I like to call my clutch five, they help you. These are the people who will help you find the light and shine it on your soul and help you develop your own unique path. Meditate on the Hermit to see what's behind you and to learn some patience and to really take a moment to meditate, contemplate, and self-examine what you've done right. Give yourself a pat on the back, but where you need to focus to grow, to learn more. This card, I love it. To me, it's the ultimate Virgo card, because I find my Virgos to take time to learn, to grow. They're very, very patient people at times. At times, you Virgos know who you are when you're not patient. You know. But Sandra, it was you who first described this card to me. It's like, here he is. He's got the light. Are you going to have enough balls to go climb that mountain? Are you going to have enough energy? Do you have what it takes to chase knowledge? Knowledge and growth is your own personal journey. No one truly is going to hold you by.
That's right. So I do often look at our favorite deck,
Wood.
the Wood deck, right? So I probably should have grabbed this card earlier. But when I look at the Hermit, and he's gonna hide from me now. I see, not only do I see the Hermit up there at the top of the mountain, because obviously, that's everybody's focus. Here we go. That's everybody's focus. When you're looking at the card, obviously the focus is, this beautiful light that's emanating down, but who's coming up, who's coming up the mountain?
There he is. He's coming for you. He wants to learn. I love that.
We've even got the staff. So there is a journey, that ultimately it starts in the heart of, following your heart and starting to head up that mountain. And that's the beginning of that journey, is the idea of, being brave enough, being strong enough, believing in yourself enough to strike out on that journey alone and follow the light, that hopefully is shining down from, mentors and inspirational people in your life that have maybe also followed their heart and end up here. I mean, we look at the Hermit like, oh, the Hermit up there alone and isolated and everything. Well, it is a solo journey. It's the journey of the self. The whole thing is the solo journey. I mean, yes, of course, we have other people supporting us, our loved ones, and hopefully, dear friends and, people in the community and everything. Hopefully we have that support, but ultimately it all lives and dies in us. We have to take that responsibility. And another thing about this, in terms of your personal healing journey, when you said, Leanne, you have to think about what's behind you. You have to think about your past and what brought you up the mountain.
Yes.
What caused you, to make the decision to go ahead and and spread those wings and make
and
that
do
journey.
it and make that journey that other half of yourself. I know. So a lot of people relate the hermit crab to the loneliness and the isolation. I find, maybe we both feel this way because we're only children. When I'm alone, I'm able to gain some moments of self-care, of reflection, of, to give gratitude where gratitude is. But, it is us who shows up.
Yep.
It has to be us who has to stand and make that climb. No one else can carry us there. We have tons of aids, and I appreciate every moment that someone has either given me encouragement or even have told me when I needed that I was wrong, because even the negative response about a behavior or about learning or that I've done something wrong, you learn and you gain from that. So even though some people may feel that the hermit represents their rejection or their isolation, it truly isn't. Take that moment as an opportunity to hear your own inner guidance, to look at isolation a little different. Use a different word, say solitude, say peace, say reflective, say soul searching. Use those great words that say, hey, this is a moment. When you read a book, someone wrote those words, or you're listening and you're hearing someone else's words, but it's only you that takes that information, actually does something with it. Do something with the information that you've learned for the past year, whether it was through the pandemic, whether it was through dispute. Learn, and grow,
I did a reading recently where I asked about what I needed to be prepared for. And this card came up, and it's a card we never want to see, we never want to see this, we're always like, oh no, because it's that same, it's this without any glory, or, there's no there. This is the ugly side. This is the really ugly side. Like, this is beautiful. Like, this is when it's like, yes, you will feel isolated. You will feel shut out. You will feel, like you don't have support. You will feel like, but is that true? That's the thing. It's like, is that true? Or is it just a time when you have to do this to reach this? You know what I mean? It's like, you have to be able to say, I'm going to, make this effort and make this journey. And it's not about, community, or it's not about like the coming together, or it's not about, the gang. It's about the soul of the one person. You know what I mean? It's that solo journey. It's the fool stepping off the cliff and starting the path, starting the fool's journey, starting along the royal road, as it were. Like, it's that ability to take a leap of faith and face whatever comes, to get the knowledge and the wisdom, and to be able to, especially to be able to pass that knowledge and wisdom on, and the healing is, you have to take the responsibility and the accountability for yourself. And so you have to process uncomfortable feelings and, and worries and things of that nature, fears of abandonment, all kinds of stuff that sometimes comes up sort of in the dark underbelly of this card. You know what I mean? But it's like, you got to dig in and realize, it's growth. It's not going to be comfortable. Most growth is, they call it growing pains for a reason. Yeah. And you have to just keep going.
If you ever get the hermit card in a love reading, it's so hard to explain to someone who's so committed to fall in love that maybe they need to sit back and learn about themselves before they enter another relationship or meet another person, that they have to actually stop trying. Just be Learn who you are, and you'll learn who you love.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, do you have bling for us?
You know, I debated on what I really wanted to talk about, because I was thinking to myself, maybe we should focus more for this one, talk a little bit more about candles.
Yes.
Right. So one thing that I wanted to say was there are a number of different ways to take an average candle and make it a spell candle. So the first thing that I would say that we do to do that, first of all, is to cleanse it, which you can do that with incense smoke. That's like my preferred method, is to pass the candle through the smoke of like frankincense and myrrh. Or if you have another smoke method in your, whatever your practice is, if you have a cleansing smoke method, then use that. Like some people use sage, some people use Palo Santo, some people, whatever your practice is. So passing the candle through that just to cleanse it of any of its previous, contact with whatever. If you're buying that especially if you're like just buying it in a non-magical store or whatever, or even if you're buying it in a magical store. And then to inscribe it, if you're going to inscribe it, the first step, if you're going to inscribe it, you want to do that before you put anything else on it, just for practicality's sake. Because if you've ever anointed a candle and then decided to inscribe it, it's like trying to do the greasy pole at the Gloucester Festival. It's like you got this like, slick candle that you're trying to hold still. So inscribing it with any symbols, and that could be a planetary symbol, or it could be, just a symbol that signifies something that whatever your intention is. And then after that, you could anoint it with the oil. That's another layer of, creating that spell candle. And then finally, if you wanted to dress it with an herbal blend, and actually, Leanne brought me a bunch of herbs when we were doing the art for the book. Leanne brought me a beautiful bunch of herbs that I combined with a little bit that I had here. And we made this gorgeous candle dressing. And I laid this Jupiter blue candle. This is my dressing tray, by the way. This is when I dress candles. This is the tray. And it's like, now I don't want to take it out of here. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like, oh, what do I do now? So I've been dressing them on a regular plate because I'm like, oh, this was like the thing that Lisa drew in the book. Like, this is the candle and this is the, so I'll get over it at some point. But I think maybe now that the book has launched, but I've been like, don't mess with this. Like, it's been on the altar in this state since we did it. But
light the candle, do the dressing, write it for the book, do it today on Thursday. Bam.
Bam. There it is. Right? You know what's happening tonight. That candle's going up.
That's the one.
Tonight. That's the one.
Yes.
That is the one. That's going up tonight. But yeah, so we talk a lot about, we talk more in depth about all of this in the book, obviously. But I thought, maybe let's talk a little bit more about the candles. Also, in terms of that, combining crystals with candles, which you will see in Lighting the Wick, we talk about how to do crystal grids and candle grids with crystals. So I just want to see if there is do we talk? I know that at one point we had a picture that a beautiful picture Lisa drew, and I'm trying to find it. Oh my God. I have to show you this. This is one of my favorite illustrations that she did. I love, love, love all the illustrations in here, but look at the lucky cat. What the heck? Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do. It's my house phone. Hold on.
Oh God. Anyway, there's the lucky cat. Isn't that adorable? So cute. So super cute. But there's a beautiful candle grid somewhere in here. Anyway.
Sorry about that.
I can't find it right now, but I wanted to tell you guys that you can incorporate candles into crystal grids. So for those of you out there that do crystal grids, the focus in the center of that grid could be candle. Also, for those of you that took my class on the crystal skulls, you know that the center, when you have the crystal skull in the center, oftentimes I will, to do an awakening, I will put candles in the 4 quarters of that grid. So crystals and candles combined. Oh, did you find there? Oh, you found the illustration of the dressing. Yeah, see? That's
real.
That is I took a picture of that and sent it to Lisa, and she drew it, and that is in the book.
I'm looking for the grids.
That candle's going up tonight.
Oh, I found it. It's a crystal grid.
There you go. So, yes. So there you go. There's an example of a candle grid with crystals, and we talk about it. We talk about that particular grid. So, and of course, in the crystal book that's coming out, we talk about, we also more in depth about crystal grids, obviously, in the book that's coming out, Awakening the Crystals, but it ties in with lighting the wick because it ties in with the candle magic along.
All magic does. Even the tea leaf books, we had candles that we involved, and
crystals too.
Yes, and crystals. It's a companion to each other. These are tools that heighten your spells and just empower you. Just think about fire, what the element of fire can do for a person. It inflames them. It makes them come alive. Oh, there's that wonderful correspondence. I hope everyone loves it. It was a nightmare.
Of correspondence, I don't even know how many pages this is of tables of correspondences of how to do this spell work. But there is pages and pages and pages and pages at the back here of tables of correspondences. Just trust and believe. Tons of info.
Trust and believe. It's awesome. I hope everyone gets it, kids. Write us nice reviews on Amazon. Shameless plug inserted.
Yes, please. Oh, and thank you, Deb. Deb chimed in page 22. Thank you. Deb's got her book. She is Johnny on the spot. She's got her book. She's like, oh, page 22. I know people that got the audiobook and they are reading the book along with listening to the audiobook. So they're like paging through the book with the audiobook. I think that's so cool. I think that's really cool.
That's awesome.
That makes me really happy. So
it's good.
Usually when I'm doing an audiobook, I'm like driving.
Yep. I'm driving.
Or I'm walking.
And I drove.
Driving, whatever. Like I'm not usually sitting with the book. So I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Wow. There's a thought to be like reading the book and listening to the audiobook at the same time. Oh yeah. There you go. Deb's like the old fashioned kids books that had the audio attached. It's like, yeah.
Very awesome. Very awesome. I'm excited. My mother has started reading it, and she loved the personal way we talked about our lives and stuff. And she was kind of, I think, surprised to see all of the family little bits of folk magic woven in there.
Did she love that we talked about her trip to the Eternal Flame?
Yes, yes.
With the witch nuns.
Yes, witch nuns. Witch nuns.
The witch nuns.
I love this. This is so good. I love that we're able to share something with everyone that makes us closer to people we've never met, and sharing stuff that we do as our daily practice. That, you know, it was really funny writing this book, because I was writing stuff down, and when you, just to let you know, if you ever write a book in a spell, you have to be very precise. I struggle with this because it's something that comes natural to Sandra and I. We just do it. That's just my thing. I do. If I'm going to go gambling, this is the spell I do to win money. But when you have to break it down, yeah, that was a challenge. That was a challenge.
Yeah, because there were things that we sort of almost take for granted that we had to remember to put in, you know, and editors are great with that, because editors, they don't know. So they're reading it cold. They're reading it, you know, they don't know. So then when they're reading it, they're like, well, what do you do about this part or whatever? And then you're like, oh yeah, I got to say that. So it is very different trying to, you know, teach somebody
convey this message.
Spell, you know what I mean? When you're not like standing there with the person who's watching you do something or whatever. Like if you're teaching a student, they're watching at, you know, it's not.
I hope everyone loves it.
Do this. Step 2. It's like it's
carving implement. Use a carving implement. Use a match.
Yeah.
A match to light fire.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely like when we were writing out like ingredients that you would need for the spells. It would be like, oh yeah, we have to say that you have to have this, and it's the kind of thing where, you know,
how much rose petals,
you know, yeah, that too.
How many? And I'm like, it's like a Sunday gravy, just a bunch, like this much. How do we write this much and that much? We don't. You just have to. So I have to admit, I went ahead and I did one of our little spells we wrote. And it's so different with the measurement. It actually works neater and cleaner than the, hey, how about that much? How about a little bit of this? Yeah, a little bit of salt.
Yeah, you can get very precise. You can get very precise. I mean,
it's neater.
Well, there were times I think that we did say to somebody like a pinch, and like, let's face it, one person's pinch is not the same as another person's
pinch. Right.
But you gotta, you know, it's like, hey, you know, it's like, make it your own, you know?
Yeah, fantastic.
That's the whole thing is about the person being able to personalize that.
Yeah, and make it your own. Take some time with the book, learn some. If you need to for the day, I'm going to have, today is my hermit day where I pull back. We're down to 1 day a week of that, but that's okay. We're going to all do great. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh.
Yes, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Hopefully, a bunch of you.
Yes,
we will see you. I know that there's several of you in the chat that are planning on being there at the launch on Saturday at the Hawthorne Hotel. Tickets are available. They're available on Eventbrite. If you have Leanne and I friended, then you probably have been seeing us talking about it. Oh, thank you, Liska.
Thank you, Liska, love.
So we will put up the link again, and I'll make sure to put it up on the Psychic Tea page again, to make sure everybody knows how to reach it. But between 3 and 5, it's open to the public anyway. So, you know, come one, come all. And yes, somebody asked, Katie, in fact, asked if her very well behaved daughter could attend. Katie, I'm thinking that you said she was like 12. I think that's 100% appropriate. So we're not going to talk about anything that, you know, couldn't be discussed with someone of that age, you know, present. So yes, yes, your daughter can also attend with you. So I think that would be very sweet. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah, hey, we'll see you next month.
Yes. Well, yes.
I don't know.
I think we will.
We will. I want to predict we will.
Yes.
We'll see you in October.
I predict that we will be seeing everyone for the October show.
Sandra and I will be the hold having pumpkin lattes or pumpkin martinis. You won't know what's in the cup.
Oh, yes. All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good day.
Be a psychic friend, show me a sign.